What's good, y'all? This is Stoner-Maine 180, and we're back with a Stoner-Maine mix. Today's episode is a little special to me because I'm going to start up a little, how do I say this, a playlist in the sense of dishes that my mother used to cook for me as a child. And today's recipe that we're going to be doing today is smothered pork chops. We're going to infuse the smothered pork chops. And this is going to be fun because this is one of my favorite dishes that my mother used to make. My mother claims it was a lazy thing to make. I mean, I wouldn't call it lazy. I would call it more simple and easy to make. You don't have much time. You want to knock this out real quick, boom. And this will be it. Infused smothered pork chops. I'll see y'all in the kitchen. All right, guys, we're in the kitchen. We got the ingredients. We're going to use some brown gravy mix. Got 4 packs. We got the pork chops, the thin slice family pack. And I got the rice going. Well, the water boiling for the rice. And we're going to be making some infused rice. Got some coconut oil from Culinary Canico. You guys already know that's the go-to Infusing brand. You know, I like using it. I enjoy using it for these videos. So everything is basically going to get infused. Pork chops, the rice, and the gravy itself. Not only that, the pork chops are going to get fried and Mr. THC can of oil over here. So we're going to infuse the pork chops even more. So this is what's going to be, I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is going to be a very deadly batch. And I wouldn't mind putting this on the menu of Maine Sweets and Treats, but it's a lot of work. So right now, in the meantime, we're going to get the infused rice started. I'm going to use 3 cups. I'm going to use 3 cups of white rice. And I'm going to wash the rice real quick while the water comes to a boil. When the water comes to the boil, that's when I'm going to add a half a cup of can of oil. I'm going to add it at the very last minute so that way it's not like it's actually popping or entirely colliding. And so I'm adding the rice now. I'm about to rinse it off. Yes, you must rinse off your rice because if let's just say you're using it in a rice cooker, right? And that rice isn't rinsed off. Well, that thing is going to be foamy and it's going to overload. And you definitely don't want that. That's for sure. So the seasonings that we're going to use is very simple. My mother used Larry's seasoning and some black pepper. So we're going to season the pork chops with that. After I rinse off the rice, because I almost forgot about the rice for a second, and we're going to season those, and we're going to deep fry it. We're not going to fully cook it in the deep fryer. We're just going to cook it enough where it's blanched, and a majority of the cooking is going to basically be done inside of the pot with the gravy mix. And that's going to be sitting for a while. So we'll be coming back to that. But in the meantime, let's get this rice washed. All right. That is washed. I kind of should have waited a little bit longer until it came to a boil. But it's almost there. It's almost there. So I'm actually okay with this. That's rinsed off. Let's get that half a cup of can oil ready. You guys know I might just do a mixture. I might just pull, okay, we got the half a cup. Now, where is my stuff? Ooh, we finished the Mystic Greens bottle. Okay, where is the Maine Sweets and Treats can of oil? I have to make more. Yeah. Alright. Alright, looks like we're going to have to make some more oil very soon. And I don't mind. Well, that's going up. Alright, in the meantime, the deep fryer is not ready yet. So what we can do is we can actually kind of get started on making the gravy. So while everything basically comes to a simmering hot moment, and so we're gonna add this to that over there to the pot while it's getting warm. Sometimes I forget which one is which. Just following directions, dumping it all in here, the contents. Then we're going to add some water. So it calls for 4 cups of water. We're also going to add can of oil to this. Apparently, I ran out of the can of oil that I was supposed to have used, but I'm just going to dibble dabble this last drop in here. Give it a little blessing. Yeah. So at least when I add the new stuff, you know, it's not conflicting with the old stuff. Let's see, is there anything left in here too? Boom! Alright. These bad boys is dry right now. I really should have just opened this up off rip, but you know, especially with it being having a child-proof container, it's always a hassle for me. Alright, the water's starting to get hot. So we're going to add the can of oil and the rice in a minute. Add that. And we're going to add 4 cups of water to the gravy mix in the meantime. Rice is sitting here cooking. The flour's ready to be sauteed. I got to whip up some eggs. All right. Now they said to whisk this up. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I didn't realize how hot I was going to get in the kitchen. I forgot it was a 90-degree day. All right, give that a good whisk. Add this. We'll add the rest here. Because either way, a lot of times I feel like I'll be adding too much oil to accommodate, but it's not. I just use a half a cup to accommodate that last half a cup that's missing. So I'm not going to use all of it this time. I'm going to put some in here. We're going to infuse the gravy. We're going to infuse the gravy 2 ways, guys. So you know. Oh, wait. I didn't even realize I didn't add all the packaging. I was about to sit here and say, like, oh, snap. All right, water's coming to a boil over there. I'm going to have to whisk this again. How could I forget? We're using 4 packets. I'm making sure there's plenty of gravy. We got plenty of pork chops, and all of them are going to get infused and smothered. Give this a quick whisk one more time. And then we're going to add the rice. Start up the rice, let it run for a minute, and then turn it on low. Usual routine that we do with the white rice. You guys already know. And I also tend to spill some rice in case. Don't worry. I'm going to perfect my rice dumping skills. But for right now, it's Gucci. Alright, dump that. Give the rice a little quick stir. Let that continue to boil. Alright, let's get all this thrown out. And let's start up the pork chops. You guys already know, anytime I'm handling raw meat, them gloves is definitely coming on. There's maybe 1 or 2 exceptions because I don't have that slimy feeling on my hand, but I gotta have the gloves. The gloves is a big must for me, man. Big. Big. Bring that down some. And what the good thing about adding can of oil to this is, I don't ever have the issues of it sticking. It does not stick with me. Alright, so let's bust open this. In fact, let me open this up so I don't have to deal with it later. Alright. The essence of having some space in your kitchen, even if it's just one side. Alright, so we're going to crack the egg. Crack up the egg before I forget. I'm going to use 2 eggs because there's roughly about 9 to 10 pieces in there. So that amount of eggs, yeah, that amount of protein, you're definitely going to need 2 eggs or better. You know, don't judge me. I'm poor. Okay, I won't use that word. Okay, I have low income. I don't have funds. Okay, I can't afford a lot of stuff. That's what we here for. So we can upgrade and get on to bigger and better things. Alright, that's switched up real quick. Give that one more stir. Actually, it'll be 2 more stirs. Because the last stir, I'm going to turn it down. And then we're going to put it on low, and then, the rice is going to do its thing cooking. All right, black pepper set. All right, let's season these bad boys. Ah, crap. I forgot to take out the rest of the can of oil. It's no problem. That's why I love changing my gloves. It's no biggie. Right, I can keep these 3 on here. Oh, I got an extra piece. Okay. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10 pieces. All right. That's what I like to see. All right. Ready to put this on low now. And this will be done in the next 30 minutes. Put the lid on that. Alright. While that's running, the deep fryer is ready. We're changing gloves. And we're about to start seasoning. Pork chops and a little quick deep fry. But we gotta make sure this gravy gets a little thick, huh? Put that on low. You double check. Double check corrections. Always go against the grain. Oh, okay. Oh, so you do gotta bring it to a boil. So I was right. I was definitely right on that. Alright. Yeah, so that's gonna come to a boil. So in the meantime, we're gonna do these pork chops, baby. Let's go. Fresh gloves, you already know what time it is. Fresh coconut. Cocoa nuts. These are things, they're already dry, so I could kind of genuinely rub them in, but I do want to put this, in here. Add an extra 12.5 milligrams of THC. Now, I'm probably one of those people, I may look like I'm crazy and I have my moments, but I change my gloves quite frequently. It's a must, especially when you're handling different items and all that stuff. Yeah, got you. All right, I'm gonna drop just a little gentle touch with it. You don't want to put too much this coconut oil on here, and this is a really good kind of oil to put on here because with pork having really strong fatty components, yeah, it's definitely a good move. All right, so we got 1 pack, 12.5 milligrams, divided, I guess, evenly. Give that a good rub. I could actually season this in the meantime. It's the summertime seasoning. Give that a good pat down. So you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna rub this oil down first and then season it. That will probably work a lot better. Give it a good massage. All right. So one side is rubbed up. Larry's, don't finish out on me. Don't finish out on me. I'm not done. A lot of black pepper. Oh yeah, there's plenty of black pepper. Mm. We got the seasoning. I need a better pepper shaker. Definitely need a better pepper shaker. This one is biatched. Literally. Because like certain ones didn't get anything on it. Give that a good pat down. Give it a good pat down because we want to make sure everything sticks. Alright. usually season things with my right hand, but I'm ambidextrous, so today might just be one of those confusing kind of days. Yeah. All right. So I had planned on using this entire box, so we're just gonna Hulk it. Hulk this joint. All right. And so roughly, so I'm using 25 milligrams on the entire batch of pork chops. This one's a little more runny. And the black pepper is about to have me sneeze in 2 seconds. I knew I should have been distant. I should have kept my distance. All right. Make sure we hit any that we didn't see. All right. Get that a rub in. Second side. Yeah, I like to season both sides. You can't go wrong. And if you're gonna season both sides, don't go crazy with the seasoning. Like, you have to genuinely lightly season. You hear that? That's the end. The end of the trial. Oh man, that's a problem. Yo, it's really it's really kibbles and bits. All right, we gotta go. We gotta do some plan C. Plan C. Quick salt. I should have used accent. Fuck, I should have just used accent, but it's fine. I just lightly salted it because they're thinly sliced. So if you put a handful of salt that you would on a normal piece of pork chop, it's going to be really salty on the thin slice. The thin slices are no joke, bro. All right, we're gonna use the last packet in the gravy, of course. All right, the gravy's come to a boil. Let's get that low and simmering. All right. And now we have our pork chops ready to be fried. All right, let's fry them up. Let's change the gloves and fry up. All right. Gloves have come off, Charles. And we're ready to fry. Actually, gloves came off, but the new gloves didn't come on. Oh, man. How could I forget such tediousness? All right, so we're going to mix it in the egg batter with our flour. My mother doesn't season the flour, which is perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. So let me put this last bit of the coconut oil inside the gravy. Let's get that last little magic splooge. Yeah. All right. All right, let's get this up. I'm trying to adjust the camera. All right. So right here with it, got deep fried goods, the egg wash. Oh yeah, look at that. It's solid. All right. Run that through. Now I don't remember if my mother said lightly breaded or not. But we're gonna just hit it one time. Yeah, that should look good. Nah, I'm overhyping it too early. It's too early to be overhyping it. I'm a one at a time guy. Don't judge me. Give that a pat, 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 flip, pat, pat, pat. Okay. Shake off excessive flour. It's probably gonna be a minute. It's gonna take. Oh, it's only gonna fit 3 of these bad boys. Okay, okay. All right, this is gonna be a hot minute then. I didn't even know. I should have pulled out the pot to deep fry these shits and put the oil in there. Damn, that would have been a smart idea. Oh well, I'd rather just use what I have here. So let's drop it and pop it. Now remember, we're not fully cooking it. We're just cooking it enough where it can go straight into the pot. And I guess cooking them 3 at a time and not fully cooking them would be a good thing. Alright, so we got those in the deep fryer. Let's check back up on our gravy. Gotta give this another whisk. I added 4 cups. It's can oil, so it really should be starting to thick up soon. I'm mad. Oh, I had the top. And it's supposed to be simmering, whatnot. All right, the rice is cooking. Looking good over there, chef. All right, let's clean up in the meantime. Yeah, you making pork chops, baby. You're making them good porky pork chops. All right, so we're gonna put them in a bowl, dry napkin. I'm not going to be taking no pieces of it because of the fact that the pork itself is not going to be fully cooked. So I will not be nitpicking on this video, unfortunately. I'm a fat ass and I usually like to nitpick, but because we're cooking pork, I'm not going to do that. If it was like beef or steak or something like that, you guys already know I'm nitpicking. I'm pulling up in there, no questions asked. All right, so let's check up on that. It looks like we have a special guest who wants to do her own personal inspection. She smelled pork chops and was like, I'm ready, Daddy. I want pork chops too. I'm like, nah, baby. Kitties can't have pork chops. The baby's not allowed, Mo. The baby's not allowed. I forgot I had that. All right. So now we have them blanched. As you can see, the pork chops are pretty much blanched. So what we're going to do is we just have them nice and cooked like that. And we're basically going to put them in with the gravy. And they're going to basically cook with the gravy. So put that in. Let's get the next batch, next round in. All right. Surprisingly, it managed to stick. Somehow the coating managed to somehow stick. Now, I forgot I had a top, and I could have been shaking the moneymaker with it, but I chose to do it the old-fashioned way for whatever reason. So, these look good, though. These little pork chop steaks, man, I kind of wish they had these when my mother was making them. I guarantee you I'll probably eat like 4 of them shits, instead of having to ask my mother for 2 and then getting seconds. Because that's what me and my brother used to do. But let me tell you something, man. Anytime my mother cooked certain things, and me and my younger brother, we were big fans of it, like this, the macaroni and cheese and ground beef with the Kraft box, which that's also going to be another project. Other things, just like a whole bunch of things. Like, my mother used to make the Salisbury steak. I low-key been wanting that for a hot minute. But, I don't know. I guess I might have to make it, or she's going to have to make it. Somebody's going to have to make it, because I don't want Salisbury steak from any and everybody. I'm very picky, and that's just me. I'm just extremely picky. All right. Got that going. Gravy starting to slowly thick up. All right, and yeah, everything's looking good so far. So I'll get back to you guys in a few minutes. All right, we're back. Got the last batch of the pork chops done, deeply fried. We're gonna put these into the gravy, and these are gonna sit in the gravy for like 20 to 25 minutes, and we'll be back. The rice will be done by then, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I just gotta make sure I get this in right without tearing off the skin. Okay. Gotta make sure they're actually smothered in, because this is a lot of pork chops I put in. I was hoping 4 packs would have did it, but you know, not no biggie. Is there one in the center or not? All right, that's good enough. Keep that cooking, and I will see you guys in a bit. And here's the final product. And we're getting ready to taste test. Alright guys, it's my favorite time. You guys already know. So we got the infused smothered pork chop. Look at how beautiful it looks. With some infused white rice, smothered with infused gravy. Oh man. Kind of wish my mother was out here to see this right now. Woo! My mother would be proud. She would be proud. This looks just like what she made 20-something odd years ago when I was a kid. And it's crazy how I'm looking at it right now. Got my fork and knife ready, and I'm just ready to dig in. Oh yeah, the gravy definitely smothered. And what I like about it too is not only did the gravy like really combine, fully cooked piece of pork, but it gives the pork chop a thicker appearance. Tastes just like what Mama made 20 years ago. Oh my God, yo, I'm not even joking right now. It's been so long since my mother actually made this for me and my younger brother. I'm telling you, bro, me and my younger brother would go crazy. That rice with the gravy. When I was younger, I used to want my rice drowned in gravy, but now that I've gotten older, not really a fan of it. Can't say I'm a fan, essentially. Another piece. You know what? No, I gotta get that gravy. But now with the rice combination, yo, my taste buds are heavy right now. I thought I was back home in New York for a second. That's just insanely delicious. And I had to improvise because I ran out of Larry's in the middle of seasoning, so I just added basic salt and pepper. And just that alone is good. The infused rice has additional flavor to it. Between the coconut oil flavoring, and that's another thing that you can genuinely taste in the pork chops. Oh man, this is so good. I can't even hold the fork right. That one little piece was just calling me like oh my God, it's so delicious. This is definitely one of those meals I would easily give out of a 10, a straight 10. It's simple, easy to make, and it only takes 30 minutes. The prep time is 15 minutes, so total cook time and everything will be about 45 minutes. But this is fire, man. My mother knew what she was thinking when she knew how to make food for me and my brother, because, man, oh, this is it. And this is infused too. So I'm going to be straight up with you guys. This is a heavy hitter. I would deem this a heavy hitter because of the fact that the pork chop is infused, the gravy is infused, the white rice is infused. Every single component on this plate is infused. So I'm going to be straight up between my RSO can of oil and Culinary Canico's oil. I done ran through about over 100 milligrams. I would say not in total as far as the proteins, but overall, I would roughly say about 200 to 300 milligrams in that pot alone. The rice itself, total with the 3 cups, I put in a quarter cup. I can roughly say that's about 300 to 400 milligrams. So 125 milligrams per cup per se, because that's the average I try to stick to, because that's a really good dosage, especially for high tolerance people like me. Man, I'm looking at this pork chop again. I'm like, nah, this shit about to get demolished, bro. It's thin. It's thinly sliced, so you have to expect to really demolish it or eat it really quickly in a sense. Hmm. Okay. It's like you come back. Hmm. 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 Perfect time too. Blood sugar's dropping, and I need me something to eat. Yeah, y'all probably gonna see me eat this bad boy because this slaps right here. Mm, this is delicious. I got two more pieces, two more cuts to do because we're gonna save the best for last. Mm, the gargantuous piece. Cheers, everybody, because this was a fire plate. Mm. Pork chop was well seasoned. The salt was right on the money, and just goes well. Mm. Wow. I literally killed it. That shit is no joke. That's how good it is. I usually don't finish my food in videos, but that was so fire, and it brought so much nostalgia, and it really had me thinking back home. Like I really miss my moms. Like I dead miss my mom. So, and mom, if you see this, thank you so much, and I love you. I love you to death. But you was one hell of a cook, and you still are. And I want to thank you more importantly, and I want to thank everybody else for coming through because these videos, I enjoy doing these videos. They're fun. I love to eat. I love to cook. And I love infusing cannabis with it. The science behind it is just amazing. It is truly amazing, guys, and I love it. And I want to thank everybody who continues to watch and continues to support. Much love, everybody, because we got more coming. Till then, stay stoned.